let us pick up. Let us pick up our books and our pens. They are our most powerful weapons. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world.
In the world we live in, education is very important if you want to succeed. Therefore, we want to make sure that every child and every person in this country gets a chance to be educated.
This will not only make a brighter future for them, but a brighter future for their country. While some people are wasting opportunities to study, some people will do anything for minimum chances.
When we observe the OECD stats on average studied Mexico, we can define that 90% of the expenditure for Mexico's education system is for the staff. That is a money that is misplaced.
This means that the percentage that each student receives is one of the lowest in the OCDE. Therefore, for a child to go to a good school, a family needs to pay for the education, which with money that they usually don't have. This is why today's system hugely favors more privileged students, and the government doesn't care enough about it to make a change.
All of this is the corrupt system we have in Mexico. For the government, it is more convenient that people have no knowledge about the issues, because if it was otherwise, society would complain.
We know that Mexico implements a new reform education that uses a test to define the knowledge of the teachers, and this will be well implemented, but of two main objects.
The first one is that it greatly affects the jobs and lives of many teachers, because we think that a unique exam cannot tell if you're a good or bad teacher. For example, there are many factors involved like the pedagogical ability, and maybe if you get nervous in the exam or something, you can have a bad grade and because of that you can lose your job.
On the other hand, you could be a terrible teacher and not care about your students' lives, but if you do well in the exam, you can keep your job. As we mentioned before, corruption is very common in this country, and if a teacher really wanted to keep the job, they could very easily cheat their way into the system.
Another point we want to express is the way the teachers are feeling among the evaluation system. That is because the evaluation is standardized and they cannot feel a difference among the evaluation by the different school systems.
After knowing that, it is evident that they will show resistance to these new reforms, because their first thought to overcome this problem is by protesting and all that stuff. But has it been successful?
After analyzing many protests like the one in Oaxaca, which caused the closure of 8% of Mexico's schools and didn't do anything to change the situation, we came to the conclusion that protesting isn't an effective way to make a change.
But aside from these, the students are the ones that are being the most affected, because instead of getting classes by the teachers, teachers are protesting for the unfair conditions.
As we mentioned before, if we want to this new reform to be improved, the teachers have to accept that the government will have their issues in between, and this evaluation will be in benefit for everyone.
Silvano Aureoles, state governor, affirmed that it is possible to make changes to the law. However, until the teachers calm down, it won't be possible to make any real change.
We already know that education in our country has a lot of bumps, mostly because us, together as a country, lose path of what we want to achieve. We have all the resources to improve our education, but we do not have the people to use them.
We see that the money is being given to the cause, but why is it that we haven't seen any good outcomes? It's because the people we need the most are more worried about what they want and not about what's best for every person in our country.
People need to have the same chances to have education. We cannot be the type of people that thinks that having money and connections gives you an easy chance of getting education and success. We need our students, we need our teachers, but mostly, we need our country that keeps looking for knowledge every day.